What's up, guys? Welcome back to WCS America. You're watching the Challenger League. This is the final week of the Challenger League of Season 1. We're trying to find out who's going to advance into the Premier League of Season 2. Currently, Minigun already qualified through today's group. Right now, we're in the losers match between Top and Xenocider. Top is currently up 1-0 in a crazy game 1. Xenocider got himself a really nice lead, but then High Templars got in the field, and things changed.
You know, Top really understands himself so well. He says he's all about micro. And we saw that he fell really far behind when he took that terrible engagement, when he tried to charge at Archon and kill Xenocider's natural.
Right.
And, like, you just got massacred. It was one of the most brutal slaughters I've seen. But then he just had to get Storm out, and his Storm control was so immaculate.
Impeccable.
I mean, it was truly impressive to watch him control this High Templar.
How to come back in a game 101 there, displayed by Top. Gosh, crazy game 1. Here we are in game 2. It's going to be on Daybreak. In the top right-hand location, I present to you the Red Protoss player from Team Zenith of Origin. He's up 1-0. He's one win away from guaranteeing himself a spot in WCS America Season 2, either Challenger or Premier. Of course, advancing to the next round of the day. He is Top. In every single game so far, Top has spawned in the top of the map.
True.
His opponent in the bottom left-hand location, your blue Terran player representing Team Evil Geniuses. He must win 2 in a row here to remain in WCS America. He is Xenocider.
Now, Daybreak map is pretty interesting because it's a great map for that base race style that Xenocider was showing he showed as a desperation move last game when he realized he was too far behind to fight. So maybe he'll go for that earlier on. I'm also interested to see what Top plays because Top's a super aggressive player by default. Like he doesn't like, even though he has insanely good storm control, he doesn't like playing those mid and late games. Like he really, I mean, like he went for the 2-base timing last game in fact as well. It just didn't work out, so he ended up going to that late game and he played it amazingly. And after that, it's like his natural style is early game aggression or 2-base timings. But Daybreak's a map where those builds aren't quite as good. So is he gonna say, you know what, the late game I was so far behind, I came back, I can do this in the late game? Is he just gonna go straight for that macro game on Daybreak, or is he gonna stick with his roots and come up with some type of early attack?
Yeah, I mean, it should be interesting as we see a pause here from Xenocider. You know, the mentality going from game to game and where you consider your strengths and, you know, what kind of direction you want the game to go in. We always have to consider, you know, what's inside the minds of these players. What are they thinking? And Top, once he gets those High Templars out, is just so good. So, you know, I agree. It should be interesting to see, does Top try to go for that late game where he certainly thrives? And does he play a more reactionary style against what potentially Xenocider throws at him, which is generally how most PvTs play out. You know, Terran trying to prevent the Protoss, trying to exploit those timings, right? Hitting before the 2-2 comes out, hitting before Storm comes out, hitting before the first Colossus comes out. Timings like that. So
we see the Reaper opening again from Xenocider.
Yep.
Really want to be on top of his scouting against Top. This time, Top's getting his Zell. He doesn't want to fall to any eBay block shenanigans that did definitely disrupt his opening. Chrono boosting a Stalker out too, so that could be indication that.
And Xenocider sees that.
He does. Chrono boosting a Stalker isn't particularly common. It's something MC used to do a lot because he really liked to try to catch Terrans off guard and cross the map really quickly. Maybe if he catches him in the bunkers, like 80% done, kills the SCV while it's building the bunker, and all of a sudden he might be able to get, you know, 4 or 5 SCV kills with Zealot Stalker. He's got to be careful though because the Reaper can always jump back in his main.
And he's not getting another gateway unit, which is fairly interesting. After chrono boosting that Stalker out, of course, it allows you to get a faster third gateway unit out, but he's not looking to make that. Perhaps maybe a just-in-case kind of thing against eBay block kind of a thing. It's not a huge deal.
No, it's not. Chrono boost is actually, it's funny to say, this is actually one of the matters of less importance as far as Protoss macro goes. It's not, you know, it's 50% faster production. And the way your Nexus regenerates energy can also be chrono boosted half the time, so you can think of your Nexus as an extra 1/4 of a building. So it could be an extra 1/4 of a gateway as far as additional production capacity. An extra 1/4 of a forge can be really big because you can't do that. It's not like you can build 2 forges and get armor upgrades twice as fast. I mean, well, you can do it with 2, but you can't get like 4 forges, right? So in some cases it can be nice for timings, but using one or not utilizing Chrono Boost perfectly doesn't make that big a difference. And
Where's the Hellbats?
Two really, Hellbats from Xenocider, mixing it up. He's been really favoring the marine-heavy openings until now. But a Stargate from top.
Which is pretty good against Hellbat play. Again, you get a Phoenix out, as like, once you kill the Medivacs, obviously.
Yes.
Things become much more manageable.
It can go both ways, though, because, you're going to have slower observers. And so the initial Widowmine drop, while Hellbat drops, they're almost always after a Widowmine drop, because you have to wait for the armory. Why not get a couple Widowmines?
That Reaper Scout.
Oh, and he sees it too. Oracle's going to come out, but there's no Robo on the way either. Now, is he going to use the Widowmine to drop, or is he going to place the Widowmine defensively to protect against the Oracle?
Yeah, I mean, Oracle will have detection, so, if the Widowmines are offensive, he will have that to be able to deal with it. Oh, only one Widowmine.
That's actually unusual. Most people put their reactor on a factory a little bit earlier.
Right.
If you wanted to get Marines out. Xenocider likes Marines, I've noticed that. Nothing wrong with that. Marines are pretty good units.
He likes Marines and Hellbats.
Yeah, those are both great units.
They're great units to like.
And if you like mules too, then you got a good mineral income.
Oh wow!
Mineral only units.
And then you've learned the Terran race.
Yep. Essential skills.
All right, Oracle's swinging out in here.
Marines should be to push that guy away. He's gonna spot the medevac. Did he?
A second Oracle.
That's for detection in case Widowmine drop.
What do you think about adding?
Oh! Gotta be careful there.
So what am I near there? Okay.
Marines could have popped into bunker and being tricky because it gives them extra range. That'd been a sneaky move.
What do you think about not adding a Phoenix to try to help with medevacs?
I think he's more worried about detecting the Widowmines.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't know it's Hellbats. He didn't see the armory. He didn't see.
Here it comes. Medevac going straight into the main. Got some stalkers there, targeting it down.
Brutal.
Oh, it's dead. Wow. As it flies onto the planet of Ire.
Losing that first, you don't need to get damage done with the drop, but you need to not lose it for nothing. Because medevacs are expensive, so another one coming out here, we'll kill Zealot here.
That's nice. Poor Zealot. He's like, I'm minding my own business, chilling by this awesome looking tower, and then all of a sudden, flames of death fall on top of you. Of course, Oracle's gonna follow this medevac around. Never mind. I'm a liar. Sorry.
He's going to keep track of things, and now he's getting that Phoenix. So I think just really wanted to make sure he had a way to detect Widowmines in case they hit him. Because his Robo was a little bit on the later end. Now he has observers, but just want to be safe there. Double Widowmines, or double, Hellbat drops coming in from one poison to natural.
Oh, the Phoenix was so close to seeing that. But he's not going to. Photon Overcharge going on something.
And the main.
Okay.
And he's pulling the probe, so no damage there. The one in natural, 4 Stalkers deflect, so overall, a spectacular defense.
Hellbats marching, looking for anything to kill. One Zealot's going to be unlucky. It's going to stay alive. The other drop is going to head into the natural expansion, trying to take down some more probes. The medevac going to get targeted down. There's a force field. Goodbye, Hellbats. Units lost. It's a story. Units lost is a story here.
The thing is, he's been forcing these drops, and
meanwhile, Oracle's trying to, and it's going to work, taking down the Marines.
Plowed through the Marines like nothing.
Oh gosh, this is looking
and he's not even going to
really,
be able to finish these barracks.
This is looking dire for our Terran player. And is there anything to defend this natural?
It's weird because he's playing this as if he was doing like a one-base harass. Oh, that's going to work. Some of those SCVs may be a bit bruised. Actually, no, they're wooded.
Smashed up.
But yeah, so he's been playing this as if it was like a one-base harass all-in where he had to do damage, but that ended up in him losing 3 medevacs, 6 Hellbats for nothing, which is basically his entire army. It's not good to lose your entire army for nothing. And that's why, of course, he's substantially down in supply. He's going to try to move and take out this 3rd base, but without the medevacs, his threat of the base race counterattack is so small. And then what's even worse is that it's like he's going up against Phoenix Colossi, which is if you're behind in air units, if you've lost your first 3 medevacs.
You don't have a 3rd, you're trying to remake those medevacs, and you're needing a lot of Vikings out.
How is he going to get enough Vikings to deal with the Phoenix and Colossi?
I wish I had an answer for you, Nick, but this is one of those times I don't.
He does have some nice upgrades, and Top isn't cranking out the upgrades. That's actually almost a bad sign, because that means Top's planning on attacking him pretty soon. or else he would be getting upgrades,
And,
right?
and again, it's not a situation where you can just try to like drop counter because there's phoenixes everywhere.
Well, yeah, I mean, maybe you could if you had 4 medevacs, right?
Sure.
You could do
you getting the metamax to begin with.
Yeah, he lost all his medevacs at the start, so a very rough spot for Xenocider. A third base actually from top, not going straight for an attack.
Interesting.
Yeah,
It's kind of anti-stylistic of him.
It is, and with no forges. I mean, with the amount of gas you spend on both Phoenix and Colossi, it's usually don't go 2, but sometimes people get 1.
Plus 1 error.
Yeah. It's really important against Vikings, because the base damage of a Phoenix per hit is 5. Times 2, it shoots twice at once. But
right.
If you add 1 onto 5, it's a 20% increase. That's one of the biggest upgrades in the game is the Phoenix attack, specifically for Phoenix against armored units. For Phoenix against other Phoenix or Mutas, not as big a deal, but against armored units, it's like one of the biggest attacks in the game to get. And obviously Vikings are armored, and that's what he's or medevacs.
Sure.
Which are the 2 units he's going to be really dealing
Battle
with.
cruisers.
Yep. Everything but Banshees and Ravens.
That Viking's gonna die.
Yeah, and he's going to just... I mean, there's no missile turrets, so actually...
Widow mines?
No, he's just going to lose, like, 20 SCVs and top chooses to kill them all.
No mercy here.
And he actually just killed the Marines, too. There's only 4. I guess he... there's some mercy. Oh, nope. Changed his mind.
Taking down these Marines. Mule's going to be dropped at the wrong time, too. Vikings also popping out of those starports.
They're out of energy.
He might be out of energy, so good news there for
That's a first world problem.
Yeah.
You mass Phoenixes and you can't kill any more units because you've already killed so many.
Yep.
That's not what you want.
So what is this going to come down to? If you're Xenocider, what do you try to focus on from here?
I mean, yeah, a lot of Vikings.
Okay.
He's got double starport, and if he's gonna focus on Vikings to the point
he's
where
gonna have 2-2 before his opponent's 1-1 even, right?
I think he'll end up with enough Vikings to deal with the Phoenix and Colossi maybe, but the big problem is he's going super Marauder heavy.
He's gonna get range too. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, if that's a cool upgrade, getting the Phoenix range here. But when you know your opponent's going to Phoenix Colossi, the rest of their ground army, because that's so gas intensive, is going to be all Zealots. And Xenocider is going very Marauder heavy. Now he's getting some Hellbats. If he can get enough Hellbats on the field, he can pull this out. Because that's, he's got 5 barracks, 4 of which are tech labs, so he's not going to beat the Zealots with bio units. It's just not going to happen. Even though he has upgrade advantage, he's going to be ahead in that. It's not going to be enough to make for that compositional disadvantage. But if he gets enough Hellbats to beat the Zealots and enough Vikings to beat the Colossi
And the Phoenix.
he could be okay. And he's really prioritizing Vikings, so I think it's doable. If they both max out, he could, perhaps top hasn't really seized his advantage to the point where he could have. He never tried to 9 to 3rd.
Right.
He had the army advantage.
And Xenocider's going to have the upgrade advantage on the ground.
He is.
But again, it is all going to come down to the Colossi.
And the Phoenix with range and the attack upgrade,
Oh, that's scary.
they're going to kill Vikings so fast.
And he's adding on more. What is he up to? 12?
Oh, Xenocider's got to be careful with these Vikings. Xenocider needs to just, if he can get, 30 Vikings, he can win. How many Vikings does
He has 13.
Okay.
3 in production. 4 in production.
Yeah, that's not going to cut
Well,
it.
and he's approaching max. So right now, looking for a good trade.
Yeah, the problem is so many sources of supplies in production right now crossing the map. His army is actually not very big. Or his Top's entire army. Top is actually almost max. He's only got 6 supply in production.
Vikings trying to get some free volleys off on him.
That's what he
That's
can do.
fine.
He
Taking
keeps
out one.
chipping at him.
Taking out.
Oh, he can chip it at Colossus here.
Oh, the
nice
Vikings,
volley there.
the Phoenix coming forward, trying to take down the Vikings, and they're going to try to kite away. The Colossi starting to do some damage to the bio. Xenocider backing up, trying to kite away from the Phoenixes, but there's so many Phoenixes, and with the range, how does he deal with all those Colossi? I'm not sure it's possible, and again, not a lot of Marines on the ground to deal with the Phoenixes
But the
as well.
Zealots got evaporated by the Hellbats. They did a great job. They tanked the Colossi fire as well. Marauders are storming in now. Oh, but picking him up.
Reinforcement charge lots coming forward, trying to kite those Colossi away. Xenocider, not as bad of an engagement as it could have been, but still three Colossi above.
If he actually fought max versus max instead of he had about 20 food still crossing the map,
Right.
he would have won that engagement.
Yeah.
But he just fought when his opponent was max and he didn't have everything there.
So charge wasn't done on those Zealots. Just not finished.
Which actually might have been good for Top.
For more time tanking and less time getting closer to the
Hellbats. It's actually funny. Sometimes you don't. It's actually in PvP. If you both have Mass Colossi, you don't always want charge. I mean, you do want to get eventually, but you want to make sure your zealots don't get too far in
because
front.
then they're just going to get singed away, especially if the Colossi are kiting, and then your opponent's going to have more zealots than you, which is never fun.
So Xenocider realizing he's behind. I love this idea to go for the Master Drop Plate. Super risky. Obviously, if it's spotted, Phoenix will kill the
There's a
medevacs.
pylon up there at the top of the map, I think.
It's not going to see him, though. Yeah, they're going to avoid it.
Okay.
Oh, but he's misrallying again. This has been his problem in every series he's played today.
Got to committing those units into the main base. This is a really good draw, but he has to make sure he doesn't die to a counterattack. And let's see what happens here. Top can extend across the map, realizing his opponent is very weak in the Department of Defenses. This planetary is not going to finish. It's going to get toasted to the ground. Phoenix is trying to deal with the medevacs, going to take those out easily. Now going to start picking up those units on the ground. Top denying gets opponents to the fourth base, getting a fourth base of his own. Picking up those units. And Colossus is there as well, and he's going to clean that up. Top now has a commanding supply advantage after that exchange. 177 to 126. The Vikings trying to get their damage done from above, while the Phoenixes aren't incorporated.
Gonna get one Colossus there.
It's nice, but now the Phoenix is coming back.
Yep. And this is the top left base hasn't been scouted yet, I don't think. So that's his ace weapon there.
Okay.
But the problem is that Top has like 1 billion units.
Here's his whole army coming forward. SCVs being pulled. Can Xenocider make a heroic defense and keep himself alive in WCS America, or will Top take the 2-0 right here, right now? Every SCV being pulled here to try to deal with this attack. Venus is taking out everything. Zealots and Archons having a field day. The Colossus is well up to 15 kills. Top has a 148 to 51 supply advantage, and this could be the end of our young Evil Geniuses player. And there it is, Top taking the 2-0 over Xenocider, which means Top will advance to the next round, guaranteeing himself a spot in WCS America Season 2, and Xenocider will be out of WCS America.
That's right, but coming up next, we're going to see which player gets in the Premier League of WCS America Season 2. Is it going to be Top, or is it going to be State? Another PvP coming at you guys after a short break.